Hey, George. Well, your car looked like a handful out there today. What was it like from behind the wheel?
Yeah, we're pushing the limits, and a few little moments here and there, but all under control in the end. And it seems pretty tight out there in the first session. I think it was like 2 10 split in 10 cars. FP2 slightly more spread out. I was on course for a really good lap at the end, and just had a small problem in the last 2 corners. But I think this year with the softer tyres, it's going to be difficult in the race. I think it was an easy one stop in previous years. Seemingly so far, that's not going to be the way.
Oh, okay, that's spicy. So maybe stretching into 2 stops and giving a bit of variety to the strategy.
Have you heard different?
What have you heard? I haven't heard the same yet, George.
Oh.
So that's interesting. You're the first one to have told me that. So I appreciate that. But generally speaking, in terms of how the car has been over the course of the 2 sessions, did you make many tweaks in between, and did you feel it was coming to you as the day went on?
Yeah, I felt pretty comfortable out there from the beginning. We've made some changes since Saudi and Bahrain. We're still trying to understand this car further. Every single lap is so valuable. You're learning more and more about it and trying to get it into the sweet spot. Obviously now we have a team back at the factory working on the sim, trying to get more performance out of it. So let's see what tomorrow brings. It's always, when everybody has a night's sleep and you arrive the next day, is often very different.
When you're able to get a clean lap together, where do you think you could be on 1 lap pace?
Well, on my very last lap, I was on court. I was, I think, 2 or 3 temps up. I came out of turn 12 and I damaged my front wing, and I went off the track in the last 2 corners. I didn't go off, but I lost loads of lap time there. So I think we'd have been probably P3 in that session. But you know, we've always had quite strong FP1 and 2 showings. Very difficult with this C5 tyre, the soft tyre. There's so much potential there, but it's difficult to really get that sweet spot. So all to play for, I think.
And for long runs, how do you kind of feel from that perspective?
It was tricky. It was definitely tricky out there for all the cars. A lot of graining up and down the pit. So I think this is a qualifying race here in Melbourne, but now probably have been pretty punchy. I think things are slightly different. So it's the same last week. Probably too conservative. Needed to go a step softer. That's what we've done this week.
Okay, you've got me excited, George. Thanks.
All right.
Cheers.
There we go.